Hello everybody and welcome back to the ARPneuro PRS library. My name is Jake, I am your ARPneuro trainer, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Achilles protocol, where I'm going to talk about pad placements as well as movements that you can do when you're experiencing Achilles pain using the PRS device. First of all, let me talk about why you're often experiencing a lot of Achilles pain. Now, sometimes it can be just overuse. So if you're in sports like basketball, tennis, even pickleball can develop a lot of that type of Achilles pain, the overuse in the gastroc, or you're overusing the soleus muscle. As a result of that, you're experiencing pain. Sometimes it protrudes down to the Achilles, lower down here, or it can even go down to the bone or the calcaneus bone right down here by your heel. Anything like this can also build up and cause inflammation. So one of the things you can do, we already have in the PRS library, and it's called the foot bath. So I'll leave a link over here where you can take a look at that, but it's one of those things. It's a passive movement, feet go in the water, and it'll show you those particular setups to go through a foot bath. In this particular protocol, I'm going to show you pad placements and movements that you can do that will help alleviate a lot of that Achilles pain. With this protocol, we're going to be using the 4-pin lead system. First, you want to take the black lead, and you want to place the black lead horizontally right on your calf muscle or the gastroc right there. Next, you want to take the red lead, and you want to place the red lead on the soleus, this right here, going vertically like that. Once I have those two pad placements, as you can see, I mirrored everything on the opposite side. So this is the basic setup. Now, if you do not have a 4-pin lead system, you can always check out our ARPneuro store and purchase one there. As you can see here, I have a chair next to me. This is going to be for balance and maintaining my control as I'm going through movements. I don't want to start losing balance where I'm taking away from the idea of performing the movement correctly. So swallow your pride, get a chair so you can control the form. The very first one's going to be a calf raise. Now, once you feel better with balance, essentially you just want your feet shoulder width, toes pointed out, straight lines, nice 90-degree angles, good posture, and I'm just going to be basically raising up and then controlling down. I want to pause at the top, slow control on the downward or eccentric movement. So let me give you a side view like this. Straight up here, control, and then a nice slow drop down here. I'm not going to go really fast. I'm not opposed to, as a strength coach, I'm not opposed to fast, explosive moves for certain things, but this isn't that type of exercise. This is to really focus and isolate and get that brain to start connecting with those specific muscles so you can absorb the force properly. So we're going to go on the chair, basic calf raises here. Once again, feet shoulder width, and then I just want to go up, pause, and then control, heel close to the floor. I don't want to put all weight back here and take away from that engagement. So as you can see, very close to me, my heels are slightly off the ground. All the way up, control here, and then it's nice and slow on the way down. That would be counting as 1 rep, all the way up, all the way down. That's 2 reps, all the way up, pause, all the way down, good control on that eccentric or downward motion. That's a lot of times where it's at. And of course, keeping the chair nearby, because I don't want any of this, the sloppy where you're losing balance and then you're going down super fast. You want to come up here, you want to make sure that pause is there, and then nice control on the way down. We're going to perform 10 reps. After the 10 reps, you're going to go ahead and you're going to hit that plus button, again, as much as you can tolerate, and then you're going to perform the second set. Now, you're going to go through this 4 different sets at 10 reps, hitting that output power each time. So I'm going to use the chair once again for balance, and I'm going to lift, in this case, I'm lifting my left foot, balancing on my right. But now I just want to I'm going to point my toe as if I'm pressing down on a gas pedal, and then I want to bring it towards me. So this is a plantar, that pointing, and then this is a flexion or dorsiflexion, it's known as. You should feel the stretch in that calf as you're going to that dorsiflexion. As I point, you're going to feel that stretch in that tibialis anterior where that red pad is at. So just basically a plantar flexion. And then we're going to perform a down and back, so a gas pedal press and then bringing it back. That would count as 1 rep. So down and then up. That would be 1 rep. Down and then up again. That's 2 reps. You don't want to go super fast on this. You want to control it. Pause for a couple of seconds, and then pause again for a couple of seconds. One more time, pause here, hold it, try to point as far as you can each time, trying to increase that range. Same with that planter, almost like you're trying to bring your toes as far towards you as you can, and then back. That's going to be 10 reps on each side, so once I'm done with this, I'm going to perform the same thing on the right. Once again, planter, and then dorsiflexion, down, and then up, and then I would do 10 reps on this side. After you do both, 10 reps on each side, that would count as set one, and then once again, you want to increase that output power as much as you can tolerate, and you're going to do again 4 sets of 10 reps on this particular movement. Now, this last movement is going to be an advanced movement. This is going to start to really focus on where your balance is at and specifically isolating each leg at a time. Now, I love these particular type of movements where you're focusing one side to kind of do all the work and then you're reversing to the other side. However, you may not be here yet, and that's okay. So work on the first one or work on the second one. So the more of the beginner or the moderate, and then work your way up to this eventually. But in this case, I'll start with my left. I'm going to kick my right leg out, and this leg just stays out so I can put pressure on my left. Now, as you can see here, I'm holding the chair for balance because I don't want to bobble all over the place. I want all the pressure to be on this leg. Now, if you notice, that heel is staying off the ground again because I want to keep that engaged. And it's going to go up once again, hold it, pause for a couple of seconds, control the downward. Again, heel still slightly off the ground, keeping it engaged. I'm a big fan of that. And then all the way up as high as you can, hold it. Don't be afraid to use the chair so I can maintain the balance. I take this off, it can cause me to bobble. I don't want that. I want to make sure this leg stays engaged. So in order to do that, the chair is a good option. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 10 reps all the way up, all the way down. That counts as 1, all the way down 2. And then once we get to 10, we're going to switch sides and do the same thing on the right. Once again, you want to do 4 sets of this, 5 to 10 reps, and in between each rep, push that output power as much as possible. Now, I recommend that you do this at least 3 times a week. When you're finished with these movements, I also recommend on that same day that you work that main pulse suspend feature. Press that button on main pulse suspend. That will shut that actual contraction off, and then go ahead and take that plus button and max it all the way to the top. Every time you're finished with those exercises, you want to generate some more blood flow for at least another 30 minutes. All right, so there it is. I hope you found this helpful. There's some ideas about pad placements and movements if you're experiencing any type of Achilles pain. Now, if you have any questions regarding this particular protocol or other protocols that you do not currently see in the PRS library, we are constantly growing and trying to develop better protocols to service you better. So feel free to reach out to us at info@arpneuro.com, and we will put it on the list, and eventually it will be in our PRS library. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and this is your Achilles protocol.